Here we go! Sega!
Hey, what's up, Blue Blurs? This is GamerBlake90, your proud chief of the Blue Blurs, here to present you with another video. As today, we're going to be showcasing not just one mod for Sonic 3 Air, nuh-uh. We're going to kick things up a notch and show off more than one mod today. So, basically, a mod montage is what we've got going on here. It's not something you'll catch me doing very often, because as a rule of thumb, whenever I do mod showcases like these, I tend to stick to just one at a time to make things easier on everybody, including me. But for this montage, we may as well just be covering one mod, because they all come together to form one cohesive package, the end result of which is Sonic Adventure 3. What crap? Whoops, I meant Sonic 3 Air Dreamcast Edition. Oh my god. That totally just slipped out. Must be the 3 in the title. But I have no shame in admitting that I do think we all need Sonic Adventure 3 and a Sega Dreamcast 2 in our lives right now, right? And just so you know, the only correct answer to that question is heck yeah. I'm just establishing that really quick. But nah, we don't have Sonic Adventure 3 right now, as much as I wish it were so. I'm still holding out hope, Sega. But what we have here instead is a series of mods that will allow us to, for the most part, recreate the Dreamcast experience for Sonic 3 Air. You've already got a taste of that with soundtrack alterations to both the title screen and the menu theme, as we now have Sonic Adventure 2's title theme and the Sonic Heroes menu theme, which is always relaxing to listen to. And of course, these changes apply across the entirety of the game, and they go much further than just changing up the soundtrack. But rather than just talk about it, I think it'd be better to take you to Angel Island Zone and show you. Because seeing is much better than telling. So, let's get right to it. Alright guys, well I'm board with Tornado, headed towards Angel Island with the Emerald Coast theme jamming in the background. That alone sealed my decision to use this stage as this mod's testing ground, because Emerald Coast to me is the most definitive stage theme you'll ever hear as far as the Sonic Adventure era is concerned. Anyway, here we are at Angel Island right after Knuckles sucker punches us and takes all of our emeralds. Like, seriously, if a sucker punch was really all it took to knock Sonic out of his god tier form, then Eggman should have won his battle against Sonic a long time ago. But clearly, Knuckles has special properties with his punch, and what exactly that is, well, I think he would know better. But I can tell you one thing he doesn't know, that he just made off with 7 fake Chaos Emeralds. Because we're starting the game with a save file, so we already have all 7 Chaos and all 7 Super Emeralds in our possession. So he ain't gonna be none too pleased when he realizes he has 7 fake Chaos Emeralds in his possession. I can only imagine how upset he is right now just thinking about it. Oh my gosh. But yeah guys, welcome to Sonic 3 Air Dreamcast Edition. As you're already hearing, that's the Emerald Coast theme playing for Angel Island. And if I can just get up here, we could keep the mod showcase rolling, but clearly the Instant Spindash isn't going to be too good for this. Let me try that again. Alright, there we go. So here we are halfway through Angel Island Act 1, and the soundtrack is going to transition over to one of the boss themes of Sonic Adventure 2, which you'll be hearing every time you go up against an Act 1 mini-boss. And then when you get to the Act 2 bosses, they'll do a complete 180 and use the boss theme from Adventure 1 instead. So, interesting little flip-flop there, but you know what? I'll take it. Anything to pay tribute to the adventure games, or the Dreamcast games. Whichever label you would prefer to use is fine with me, so go whichever one you want. But yeah, guys, I have to say, it's a little weird to be listening to Emerald Coast now that the whole island is on fire. It's basically Crisis City, but in island form. But hey, I'll take it. Now, I think I talked enough about the soundtrack, so we should be showcasing this set of Dreamcast theme sprite for Sonic right here. As you can already see, he has a darker blue touch to his fur, and you can definitely notice the distinction in his movement, his jumping, basically everything that gives him more of a Dreamcast makeover. I did showcase a similar mod from Hortonus in which we get to play as Modern Sonic and Sonic 3 Air, and you have the option to use a Sonic Adventure palette whenever you play using that mod. But this one is a little bit more Dreamcast eccentric. And you know, it's an interesting subject of debate among the community because I've noticed that some don't entirely consider Dreamcast Sonic to be modern Sonic, despite the fact that Dreamcast Sonic was clearly an evolution from the days of classic Sonic, and modern Sonic just more or less continues with that tradition. But whichever you want to go with, again, is perfectly fine with me, and alright, I gotta come clean. That right there was the driving point behind my decision to compile these mods into a showcase video. Did y'all see that face Sonic made right there? It's like he was saying, Blake, you talk too much. Could you like just shut up? I'm just totally making that up though. I do wonder if anybody is thinking that when they're watching my videos though. I'm just kidding. But yeah guys, I couldn't believe that somebody actually decided to use that that infamous meme face in Sonic Adventure 1 as a level clear animation for Sonic. That was flat out incredible, and I was like, okay, I totally gotta play this. This is perfect. I believe you see Sonic make that face when he's telling Tails, watch out, you're gonna crash! Ah! When Tails is crash landing the first model of the tornado over at Station Square. And then Sonic is like, Tails, what am I gonna do with you? Trust me, Sonic, we all ask ourselves that whenever we play your games. But, yeah, let me stop. Aside from the Dreamcast sprite, he does have somewhat of a new ability, but more like an ability he borrowed from Adventure 1. And you might have already noticed a couple instances where I used it, but before I can show it off, I guess we're gonna have to tool around with Slot Machine, which uses, I believe the Act 1 special stage theme for Sonic Heroes. As most tend to not realize this because they tend to worry more about the Act 2 special stages in each zone for Sonic Heroes, but there are actually two distinctively different themes of the special stages in Sonic Heroes. The one you just heard for the Act 1 theme, when you can build up your extra life count, and then the other one is when you get the Chaos Emeralds. I think that one's been applied to one of the other bonus stages, but whether or not we'll get to check that out is something that only time will tell. So as I was saying, Sonic here has an ability that I've given him called the Instant Spindash, which is inspired by the versatility of a spin dash from Sonic Adventure 1. That was hands down my favorite iteration of the move because it's the most free flow and allows him to build up speed incredibly fast. As it should, of course, because he's the fastest thing alive. Now, it's kind of taken a nerf here in the form of the Sonic 3 Air mod, but it does still have its uses. As how it works is, with one button you immediately go into a spin dash, and that's pretty much it. And it gives you momentum right away the second that you use it. So not nearly as much momentum as if you were to charge up a spin dash instead, which is sort of a trade-off with this move. It replaces your traditional spin dash, so you don't have the option to charge it anymore, and because you don't, you can't really increase your speed output with the instant spin dash. So in some ways, it's not quite as useful as the regular spin dash, especially for how the Sonic 3 level layouts are designed, but it's still a fun move to play around with, especially since, well, when I can get to... Okay, there we go. Because you can chain together the move in rapid succession. Like, watch it, watch it. What? Sorry about that. Didn't mean to use a bubble shield jump like that, but there you have it. You can basically mash the button and keep restarting the instant spin dash whenever you want, and you don't lose any momentum while you're doing so. Aside from that short little burst that accompanies the startup of the move, but I've noticed that it does make getting up slopes like this a little more difficult unless you stand really, really close to them. Okay, there we go. That should be helpful. Because in previous playthroughs of this mod, I've been having a lot of trouble clearing that slope using the instant spin dash, so I had to change up tactics there. And it's a good thing I did because I wanted to keep the fire shield so that Act 2 boss could be a breeze. Also, I forgot to mention, but that's the Green Forest music for Angel Island Act 2. And it's an appropriate choice of music because it always conveyed an urgent tone, which describes the fiery atmosphere that Angel Island is suffering from right now. And yeah, the soundtrack will change in between acts, just like in the original Sonic 3. Would be a little weird if it didn't. Okay, there's Eggman flying in the background right over there, thinking he can get the better of us, but as we all know, Oh my. Oh, phew, thank goodness. I still have the fire shield air dash good to go. I was a little afraid I spent it by accident trying to pull off the instant win strategy against this boss, but it all worked out okay. And there's the meme face again! Jesus Christ. Every time I see it, it never fails to crack me up. It's just... That's just meme material right there, and it's so gold. I hope to see more mods making use of other meme faces from the history of Sonic. I definitely love to see that. Also, we got Hydrocity Act 1 with the music from the garbage disposal section of the Casinopolis stage. And I feel mildly insulted by that decision because it implies that Hydrocity is garbage. And I know it's not titled Tempest, but I'm still mildly affronted by the idea that it's garbage. I don't think that was the intention behind it though, but yeah, I'm just rambling at this point. Now, you might have noticed that lately, I've been showcasing a lot more classic-themed Sonic content than I ever have with the modern content. I do have a playthrough for Sonic Unleashed going that I haven't continued for a while because I've been dealing with trying to polish up my microphone audio so you guys wouldn't rip your ears out trying to listen to my stuff because I don't want to make it a miserable experience for you. No, sir. I talked about that a fair number of times, though. Okay, we're up here. Yeah, you know what? Let's just run through Hydrocity because we already have all the Chaos Emeralds, so no need to stick around. Plus, I'm going to take every opportunity I can to showcase Sonic's Dreamcast sprites in action because they are always a joy to look at. The Adventure era is the part of Sonic's history that I have the softest spot for. And I say this as somebody who originated in the classic era for Sonic. Like, I started with the Genesis lineup of games. But to me, Adventure Sonic will always be the most impactful iteration of Sonic to me because of the dramatic evolution the character underwent, in more ways than one. Like, as a 9-year-old who got a Sega Dreamcast and was lucky enough to get Sonic Adventure as his first game for the console, the memory of my first reaction to Sonic actually talking will always be on the front of my mind. That's some history right there. And to think, here we are standing over 20 years later and no Sega Dreamcast 2 in sight because Sega is no longer in the console industry. And I gotta say, living in a timeline where Sega isn't pumping out consoles anymore has always been weird for me, and that hasn't changed at all even though it's been 2 decades since. After all, the Sega Dreamcast practically pioneered a lot of the modern aspects for today's consoles, especially the Xbox and the PlayStation, and I'm talking things like online functionality and whatnot. I believe a Dreamcast was among those leading off the front lines of the evolution of that aspect of consoles. So, oh shoot! I mistimed my Instant Spindash entirely by accident, but you know what? I'm gonna take this opportunity to showcase Hyper Dreamcast Sonic instead. I almost said Modern Sonic. But there he is, guys. Exactly how he appears in the adventure game. Only you're seeing him in his hyper form as opposed to the super form, which is all you're gonna get graced with in the adventure games because Sega became rather shy about showcasing his hyper form again. Something to do with copyrights and whatnot. I said it before, but gosh, it's a darn shame that it had to be a one-time thing. But I do think Chalmers had a point in that Hypersonic being a one-time thing did add to the novelty of a transformation, so I can appreciate that. But that being said, bring back Hypersonic. Come on now, Sega, you know you want to. Okay, so Hydrocity Act 2. This has the Hot Shelter theme, if I'm not mistaken. And it's an interesting soundtrack choice, I'll say. I'm not sure if it entirely fits the theme of an underground temple that's submerged in water. I think the Lost World stage would have been a better choice for it instead, unless they decide to use that for perhaps Sandopolis Act 2. Because that could work as well. The interior of a pyramid using a piece of soundtrack that better resembles a lost temple, just like the Lost World stage in Sonic Adventure 1. You know, that temple that was once guarded by the long-lost Echidna tribe before they went extinct. I think that would be perfect. Either way, though, as somebody who is an absolute sucker for the adventure games, I'll take any soundtrack from that period that comes my way. Oh my gosh. Sonic going on a water slide, baby! Woo! I seriously would never have thought you'd have a water park built into a long-lost temple like this. But I think that's a huge part of the reason that Hydrocity is so loved, along with the soundtrack, of course. I don't really need to go on a tangent about that, because at this point it goes without saying that the soundtrack has always been one of the key strengths behind the Sonic franchise. So does that really need to be repeated several times over? And we got Sonic doing the moonwalk. Something that I find a tad easier to do in Mania than in Sonic 3, but it's still relatively easy to pull off all the same. You just slightly tap backwards while you're running along the water, and you will perform the moonwalk. There's really nothing to it. I'll be honest though, initially I intended to keep to one stage for this showcase, but here I am showing off two instead because, well, there was a lot to talk about, so I was like, you know what, why not? Any other excuse I can take to keep playing Sonic games, I won't mind in the slightest. Oh my gosh, I have a hard time deciding if the Sonic Adventure Invincibility theme is the best Invincibility soundtrack for Sonic. It's either that or the Sonic 2006 Invincibility theme. I really can't make up my mind about that. Maybe y'all could give me a hand there? Alright. Huh? Oh, yo, that water droplet. Huh, I almost forgot that was even there in Hydrocity. You know, maybe when they started the chemical plant stage in Sonic Mania, the drop of water falling on top of your head when you start Act 1 might have actually been a reference to this instead of Sonic Spinball, even though they both essentially carry the same reference. So, I wonder what their true intentions were with that reference. I'll leave it to you all to make up your minds about that, though. Alright, we're taking these spinning tops all the way up here, and I think y'all have heard the Invincibility theme enough as it is, so I'm gonna skip over that this time. And I didn't really get to showcase much of hyper-modern Sonic, so you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and make up for it right now, but I just now realized I forgot to switch up the soundtrack, so it doesn't replace the stage music when you go hyper, so... ah well. Yeah, I'm gonna say Hyper Sonic because I gotta show this off. This is just too perfect not to look at, like, come on. Aside from maybe the fact that his color flashing back and forth may be somewhat of a strain upon the eyes, this is just perfection right here. Oh my gosh. This is amazing. Okay, so here we are, almost near the end, and we should be running into Knuckles again. Yeah, there he is. Oh, that's right. That should be the boss theme that played when you play against the other playable characters in Adventure 1. You don't get to hear it for like a terribly long time though, because, well, the other characters become practical pushover when you fight against them. Even Sonic if you're using Gamma, and there's just something plainly wrong with that image, I have to say. Anyway, let's go ahead and take care of this boss because there's not a whole lot more to show off here, so I believe that will mark the end of this showcase. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this mod montage, as well as the sight of Sonic's face going WTF whenever he looks toward the foreground. I encourage you to check these mods out for yourself whenever you have the time. They're made by, each mod is made by a different author, so I'm gonna list all of them off in the description down below, while I link their mods as well, so please make sure you go and check those out. And, oh, I believe that's the Rail Canyon theme for Marble Garden? They probably decided to substitute the slopes for the rails in Rail Canyon. I guess that's their logic, but that's just me taking a stab at it. Wait a minute, hold on. Can I not activate this? I cannot use the Instant Spindash to trigger these switches that would raise the platforms, but I don't think we need them, because I think what we can just do is... yeah, that'll work. We can use momentum from our Instant Spindash to get up there, so alright. Mods do kind of change the requirements for making it through certain parts of the stage, like that one just now, so you basically have to use your imagination whenever you're experimenting. But yeah, guys, that will do it with mod montage. I hope you all enjoyed them. Again, I will link them in the description down below, and if you did enjoy this video, let me know with your likes and comments down below. And as well, hit that subscribe button and ring that bell, because I would not want y'all to miss out on any more of my content as it comes. And hopefully the microphone audio gets better and better with each video, because Lord knows I've been paranoid about that for the past couple weeks or so. But yeah, guys, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Love y'all. Take care. I'll see you next time. And don't forget, blue blurs for life. Peep shirt. I'll see y'all later. Take care.